Right, in this section we're going to be teaching the basics of how to play table tennis. We're going to be teaching how you do it standing up, about sitting down, whether it's in a wheelchair or a chair, and how to assist people who may need a little bit extra support. Right, time to play table tennis. Obviously, we're going to start with how to hold the table tennis bat, also known as the paddle. First of all, it's a dead easy technique to do. Make an L shape with your hand. Take the other 3 fingers and wrap it around the handle. Take your second finger and put it behind and your thumb in front. A little bit further down than that. And then you're sorted. It's almost like, Ted, shaking someone's hand. There are 3 key shots in table tennis that we're going to learn today. The front hand, the backhand, and the serve. We're going to show you the traditional ways about how to do these shots first. But don't worry, if somebody you support needs a more accessible or adaptable way to do these shots, we're going to show you as we go along. But first, we're going to learn about our first shot, which is the front hand. An easy way to tell the difference between the front hand and the backhand is by the colour of the paddle. So, easy way to understand it, we say the front hand is red and the backhand is black. So when doing the front hand, there are some key, easy points that you need to consider. Firstly is how we hold our wrist. Our wrist is going to be nice and open and our paddle face is going to be facing forward. You're going to do a pushing sort of motion and make the shot nice and light. So I'm just going to show you a quick rally with the front hand. As you can see, my wrist is nice and open. I'm not hitting the ball too hard and I'm making sure I'm hitting the ball in the centre of the racket. My body position is nice and open and is facing forward and almost pushing with the shot. Now we're going to move on to the backhand. The only difference really with the backhand is the way we hold our wrist. So instead of being nice and open, we're going to close it in and we're also going to change our body position because obviously we're going to be hitting this way. It's a similar motion. You're going to be pushing through the ball, not trying to hit it too hard. Our racket face again is going to be facing forward and it's a nice simple motion. So we're just going to show you a quick backhand rally. As you can see, I'm keeping my wrist nice and closed. I'm just pushing through the shot, not putting too much force into it. I'm making sure I'm following through the direction that I want to hit the ball. The last shot we're going to learn is the serve, and this is an option which you can use when starting a game of table tennis. With the serve, when you're hitting it, you want to have a little tilt on your racket. You can either choose to use your front hand, backhand, but for this video, I'm going to show you the front hand way. Remember to have the tilt on your racket and to hit the ball down. The key point about the serve is got to bounce on your side first before your opponent's side. You don't need to do the hard motion when hitting it down. Now I'm going to show you a quick demonstration of the serve. As you can see, racket tilted, the racket paddle face is facing down. I'm throwing up nice and easy and following through. An easy way to practice this is to get it with your partner, to do your serve and to get them to pick it up and throw it back. And quickly I'll show you a demonstration of the backhand. Now we're going to move on to Ted for some key tips about how to make these shots more accessible and more adaptable for the people you support. Now we've learned our shots, it's time to piece them together. As a beginner, the table can seem pretty intimidating and quite big. So I'd simply suggest to move around, make it smaller. We don't need the net at the moment. We just need to build our confidence and hit the ball to each other in a nice rally. So when you start, I'd encourage the person you support to use whatever way feels comfortable. If that's the front hand or the backhand, whatever way is fine, as long as they're comfortable and enjoying it. What I'd say to start as well, if you're not as confident with your racket so far, just throw the ball to the person you support and catch it. Just get them used to hitting the ball and you catching like so. Keep going until they build a lot of confidence. Make sure you're encouraging them every step of the way, telling them how well they're doing. It's important to build confidence when starting the sport. Once you start getting a bit more confident with it, reintroduce the paddle and start rallying with them. It may only take one shot to begin with. They may only hit it back once, but keep going and keep persisting with it, because you can build to 2, then to 3, then to 4, and then before you know it, you'll be in a full flowing rally. If you're supporting somebody that feels more comfortable playing table tennis in a seated position or is in a wheelchair, that's not a problem. Table tennis is for everyone. The good thing about table tennis, you can play it standing up or sitting down. I'm going to go through some key points when playing table tennis in a seated position. The first one is the length of the table. You don't want the table too high where the person you're supporting is leaning over and trying to hit the ball down in an uncomfortable position. You also don't want the table too low where the person you're supporting is having to lean down to take the shot. You want to find a nice comfortable position where they can just hit the ball nice and smoothly. You can almost gauge this by the person you're supporting's body language. Another thing to consider is the shot that you use. We would recommend using the backhand. The reason for this, it keeps the person you're supporting's body nice and straight. It means they're not leaning with the front hand and they can hit the ball nice and direct. We're going to start off this like any other rally we've done. All you're going to do is nice and gently throw the ball and get the participant to hit the ball back. As soon as they get more comfortable with the shot, you can then introduce the rally. It might be nice and make the participant feel a bit more comfortable if you also get in a seated position as well, because they can mimic what you're doing and also feel more comfortable. Once you get more confident, you can then hit the ball back and start your rally. Again, loads of encouragement. Make sure they're nice and comfortable and the participants enjoying what they're doing. A lot of communities have wheelchair accessible table tennis facilities, and you can find where all these are on the Table Tennis England website. You can either go from having a good day out in the community or doing it in your own home. It doesn't really matter where you are, we just want you to have fun and enjoy it. If you're supporting someone who has challenges with a physical mobility, then you can physically guide them to help them out. Come over, make sure they welcome it, that they're comfortable, and that you're gentle when doing the shots, like so. There are a lot of ways in which you can adapt the game, just be creative. This is how you play a traditional game of table tennis.